Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I'm, of course, Kenny Havoc. I don't know what that was. So today, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. The Royal Rumble match in full, all 30 entrants, including surprises and eliminations. So, where else to start but at the start? So let's just do it right now. So first off, a little bit of background. This is being recorded before TLC, so I don't know any of the results afterward. I also don't know the fact that Triple H formed his own team of men in gorilla suits, which are just British strong style, and they attacked the New Day after the tag title match. That hasn't happened for me yet, unfortunately. So this is just speculation all on my part. And then also a bit of background before the match starts. Dean beats Seth for the title. Tell me if that was right or wrong. Future Kenny. Hooray! Or shoot. So the night after TLC, when Dean wins in this world we're in, he says, "Yeah, I beat Seth, but I don't want this title. I just wanted to get this off of him so I can go after my real goal." And that's completely destroying the Shield. And he says, "Open challenge anyone in the back, Intercontinental title match." And so we'll hear this. And Finn Balor will come down, bell will ring, and Dean will lay down. Finn's like a little bit confused. He's like, can I, and he does. 1, 2, 3. Finn's the Intercontinental Champion. I'm already fueling the smarks. But then, of course, after the bell rings and Finn's the champion, he gets beaten up by Dean, which I know that's a thing we hate, is how Finn gets beat up every week. But he just won a belt, so it's okay. I need to play WWE's game too. I can't just play the smarks here. To play both people's games. Make both people happy. Alright. Good. And then Seth will come down and be all Andrew. Alright, so that's the last of the background info. Editing team, are you ready? Good. Kenny, are you ready? Good. Let's get on with it. Entrant number 1, Finn Balor, Intercontinental Champion. Entrant number 2, Shinsuke Nakamura, United States Champion. This is something that should be done all the time. It's your top 2 champions that can enter the match, starting the match. How fun is that? And plus, it's Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. Don't tell me you don't want that. So those two will do some Japan kicking for 90 seconds. It won't be 90 seconds, but, whatever. Before entrant number 3, Pete Dunne. Another WWE champion. Because, of course, it's the WWE United Kingdom Championship at the NXT United Kingdom Championship. And this should be his main roster call-up. Like, I know he's defending the belts against Joe Coffey. Yeah, I think that's, tell me if I'm wrong there. But I think I'm right. And he'll win, because of course he'll win. But I just think it's time he can do the thing that Kevin Owens did, where he was the champion, but still on the main roster. Next up, now before I start this entry, I'm sure some of you who watch my show also watch Being the Elite. Of course, the Elite's YouTube channel. And they've, of course, been getting some letters from a mysterious H, Frankie Kazarian, about what they should do if they were to sign to WWE. And one of those was a letter to Omega describing his entrance spot in the Rumble, which is entrant number 4. So at entrant number 4, James Ellsworth. You can't tell, but I'm winking. But yeah, basically at this point, I'm not telling the Young Bucks how to run their show, but I really think that they should hype up the number 4. And it's like, ooh, what's going to happen with this? And then everybody's expecting it, and then it's just James Ellsworth. He'll come down and immediately into the ring, Kinshasa, Bomaye, and then bitter end, coup de grace, throw him out. Back to some good strong style between these 3. And then entrant number 5, here we have Omega. Now, hang on. First of all, this is my video. Second of all, this is going to be a one-off appearance. He's going to show up for the Rumble, have some fun here. He won't win, sorry. But he'll show up, he'll have fun, he'll leave. Because I want All Elite Wrestling. And I don't know if it's been confirmed at this point or not, but I want it. Entrant number 6, The Miz, because we gotta stop having surprises. We've had 3 in a row? Yeah. So he'll go down, he'll do that typical, like, hey, Finn. No? Oh, Omega, you no? Maybe Nakamura do some chaos. What was chaos symbol? I don't know. And then maybe he'll do some, like, to Pete. He'll just do something with all of them, but then I'll just end up beating him up. Miz is still in, but he gets beat up and rolled outside the ring. Number 8, Chad Gable. Of course, he's in the tag team with Bobby Roode, and Roode will accompany him to the ring, because I'm sorry, I don't have room for you, Roode. But we're letting your friend in, so we're going to be nice to you this time. And there's some pretty fun stuff that he can do. I imagine Chad Gable and Shinsuke Nakamura would be a very good match. And so I think we should get a little tease of that here. Entrant number 9, Brian Kendrick. And since he's no longer Weird Pirate Brian Kendrick, he's back to like 2003 Brian Kendrick. He should come out as Spanky McBarrel Strapins. And now you're probably wondering, only one person's been eliminated. Why is that? It's because entrant number 10, love you, Ty. Sorry. Number 10 is Lars Sullivan. Now, I don't know if he's debuted yet. I'm going to assume he has at this point. Well, okay. But anyway, he comes in, and he's like a house of fire. He eliminates Kendrick. He eliminates Gable. He eliminates Miz. And then he's face-to-face with Pete. And, I mean, there was that one spot where Pete beat up all 4 members of Undisputed Era. So, yeah, Pete takes down Lars. He doesn't eliminate him, but he takes him down. Entrant number 11, Mustafa Ali. I really like Mustafa Ali ever since I saw his match with Neville after WrestleMania 33, the Raw after that show. I remember just thinking, wow, this guy's great. I want to see more of him. And he's getting a lot more exposure. And so I think putting him in the Rumble would be a good move. Number 12, we have Alexander Wolf. And he'll come down, and since Eric's still in, they'll team up and start taking down people like Omega and Devitt. Oh, crap. Finn. Entrant number 13, Seth Rollins. And he is met immediately by Bomaye. Kinshasa, because Shinsuke Nakamura doesn't forget. And neither should you. And now at this point, Lars is still in, and he's been beating up, even with Alexander's help, he's still been beating up Eric and him, as well as every other member of the match. So therefore, it's only fitting, entrant number 14, Killian Dain. And he'll run down, we get a great stare down, like from TakeOver New Orleans, or the NXT after that. And these two are like right in the middle of the ring, just staring at each other, and everyone else just moves to the side. They're like, I don't need this. And so those two do some really fun stuff, because Killian Dain is really agile. Back when he was Big Damo, he was doing all this fun stuff. So what I want to see is a spot where he does a freak of nature, Joe Hendry, off the second rope, jumping off of it, and then hurls out Lars Sullivan. Then he helps up Alexander and Eric, points to, say, Finn, and then all three of them just start beating him down, move on to another guy, beat him down, and at the end of it, Sanity is standing tall, and they're like, motion, come on. Who's number 15? Drake Maverick. Now let me explain. He'll come down, he'll look in the ring, he'll go, I don't, it's really hard to do facial expressions when no one can see your face. But he'll just like wait there, he's like pumping himself up, doing push-ups, maybe a few sit-ups. He's like, I think I can do this. No, I can't. No, And so we just get like a few minutes of kind of like the comedy part of the match, where there's usually a few spots like that. This one, it's just the entire entrance of Drake Maverick is spent with him trying to hype himself up. It takes so long that entrant number 16 actually makes his way down. And who is entrant number 16?
I am in the top 1%.
And that's what makes you just you and me.
Tell me you don't want that. Yep, Ethan Carter the third, can't call him that, and Drake Maverick standing next to each other on the stage. They both just have kind of a stare, and then EC3 points to the ring. Drake Maverick nods, and they both run down, and they can't beat Sanity. I'm sorry. They come close, because as much as they've ruined Drake Maverick this year, he can still fight, and they should give him this. Sanity don't last long, though, because the other members of the match get up and start beating them down, and it leads enough they can eliminate both Alexander Wolf and Eric Young, but Killian Dain holds on. Number 17, Dean Ambrose. Nothing special really happens here. He just kind of is there now. Number 18, Rey Mysterio, and he runs in like a house of something. And I don't know if he's winning that chairs match against Randy Orton at TLC. In this video, he does. So out of the crowd, a chair just comes flying through, hits Rey right in the head, or like the arm or something. Randy hops over the barricade, starts punching him, rolls him into the ring. Dean Ambrose just looks at him and is like, so, you know, number 19, Bobby Lashley. Yeah, he's here. And that's the nicest thing I can say. Number 20, Dolph Ziggler. And immediately, sorry Dolph, I love you. He steps right into the ring and V-trigger. Sends him out. Because you need to have, like, a few of those every year. He just comes in and dies. Plus, we need to give Omega a few moments here and there. Number 21, Lance Storm. Why not? Why not just have him in the match? You get no actual problems from having Lance Storm here. Plus, we can use this as an excuse to make a star out of Killian Dain, because immediately Dain will start hammering down on Lance Storm. I like Lance Storm. Number 22, Andrade Cien Almas, and he makes himself a star by eliminating both Dean Ambrose and Lance Storm. Which, it's still funny to say that. Number 23. Let's go. Yeah, I want Sami Zayn back. And I want him back as a face. And I want the first thing him to do is run into the ring and kick Bobby Lashley's head off. And then immediately eliminate him. I think that would be cool. Do you guys think I'm cool? Number 24, Elias. Yeah. Number 25, Kurt Hawkins. Because why not? Am I right? Am I right, guys? Why not? Anyway, he comes down, he's got a microphone, he's got the cane, he's like, does anybody want to just immediately get out right now? Because they know they can't handle the facts. And the facts are, Kurt Hawkins is gonna win the Royal Rumble. And after he says that, we give him something. Killian Dane falls over after the Finn Balor double boot thing and knocks over Drake Maverick because he's a big guy and he falls on a small guy. Isn't that funny? See, I told you I'm playing WWE's game here. Kurt Hawkins sees this, immediately goes in and eliminates Drake Maverick. And he's jumping around like he just won the title at Mania. And immediately is hit by EC3 and thrown out. We gave him something. We gave him something. Number 26, Drew McIntyre. Of course, he's one of the corporate friends, so he gets a good spot. He comes in very angry, eliminates EC3, eliminates Killian Dane, boo-hoo, eliminates Pete Dunne, even more boo-hoo. Here's a few tissue. Number 27, Rusev. And he goes right after Nakamura because they're feuding right now. And also, ideally, they have a match for the U.S. title earlier in the night that Nakamura wins via nefarious means. Cool? Cool. So those two are brawling, and Nakamura gets the upper hand. He does the... or something, I don't know. And so it looks like it's about to be a very, very short night for Rusev. But number 28 is... and again, this is just for me. He goes down. Shinsuke's like, alright, come on. You're going to help me. And he starts out, he gets Rusev's leg over the top rope, gets the other one, and then just as Nakamura's about to boot him or something, Aiden turns him around in that weird, the spine buster thing, brings Rusev back into the ring, gives Nakamura the Machka kick, and then they both eliminate him. Sorry, I know, but we gave Shinsuke a nice showing. He made it 28. And both of them just look at each other, and they hug. Because, boo-hoo, sometimes it's fun to have happiness in wrestling. Number 29, the reason why we can't have happiness, Baron Corbin. And even though he lost at TLC, don't quote me on that, he's still in with Stephanie McMahon, and so he'll help. Hey, I know number 30's taken, but can I just So he goes down, but he brings a chair with him. He just sits down and he does something which one of my favorites, Doug Williams, did. Just has a newspaper, and it's just, instead of wrestling, kind of waiting for his moment to strike. Now, number 30. R-Truth won Mixed Match Challenge to be number 30. And now one of the things I've heard is that he'll try to be number 30 in the Women's Rumble. You know what? Do that. Because I don't want you in my match. I don't like you, R-Truth. I'm sorry. You're very good when you're Ron Killings, but now you're just stupid. Sorry, Truth. So, number 30, the music for R-Truth starts, but he never comes out. They play it again, never comes out. They're about to play it a third time, just at the start, but then we hear because he lost his belt. Down, very cross. He eliminates Aiden. He eliminates Rusev. He eliminates Elias. He almost eliminates Drew, but Drew hangs on. And then he almost eliminates Finn, but Finn hangs on. He almost eliminates Seth, but Seth hangs on. He eliminates Andrade. Sorry. And just as it looks like all hope is lost, Sami Zayn runs down, Helluva Kick, turns around into the One-Winged Angel, into a Frog Splash, into the Claymore, to the 054. And everyone in the ring eliminates Brock Lesnar, but Brock takes Mustafa with him. We're down to 5. Seth, Drew, Sami, Finn, Kenny. Now you're probably wondering, where was AJ or Bryan? Well, ideally, they'll have a match for the belt. Because we need to keep the tradition of AJ fighting or defending the WWE Championship at every Royal Rumble. Solos. And I know there's no SmackDown guys, but that's kind of how WWE views them. And again, I need to make this half WWE, half Smarky. And I did that by adding Omega. So, let's finish this. That's what she said. So Finn was entrant number 1. He's knackered. Omega was number 5. He's knackered. Drew was 26. So he's the freshest out of all of them. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Oh, and of course, I don't think I mentioned this. Brock eliminated Baron. Cool? Cool. So, Drew is running through him, left and right. Like, ooh. But it's Finn who eliminates him. It'll be a really cool moment, I think. He'll go for the Claymore, get caught, and then Finn will just right over the top. Yeah, it's the second year in a row Finn makes the Final 4, which is good. But then is immediately hit with a V-trigger, and Seth eliminates him. I'm sorry. We're down to 3. Seth, Kenny, Sami. And immediately, Sami Helluva kicks Kenny into the curb stomp. Both men eliminate Kenny. And then there were 2. And this one I was really conflicted because, of course, the story's been built up. It's going to be Seth who dethrones whoever the champion will be. Most likely Brock. In this case, it's not. Or Sami could do the same thing, because I think that could be the story too. Unfortunately, I went with this because he hasn't had much of a story and he's only just come back. So, despite a great sequence between the two, Seth will eliminate Sami. So, he'll challenge either Braun Strowman or whoever the WWE champion is. It really doesn't matter. Either one of them will be good. So tell me what you thought of that. How wrong was I for making most of it Raw stars? How wrong was I for adding Lance Storm for some reason? How wrong was I for adding 3 cruiserweights? Or how wrong was I for the TLC results? And please let me know if that British Strong Style Gorilla Triple H thing happened, because that would be amazing. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, I don't care.